What's going on, everybody? So, when I went to CanJam Dallas, I wanted to hear the spectacular Sennheiser HE1s. The problem was that there was a sign up before I made it to Dallas. Well, I asked them about it and there weren't any open slots, so I wasn't able to hear them. So, when heading to New York, I was super excited because I actually joined HeadFi. And on HeadFi, it's this huge forum, and a lot of companies will post new products, information. It's an amazing place. If you haven't gone to HeadFi, go check out HeadFi. But anyway, the Friday before, I believe, CanJam Sennheiser posted, "Hey, these slots are open. Sign up." And it was actually really kind of crazy because it took, I think, about 35, 40 minutes, and all the slots were taken. Usually, it's 3 people per 30-minute slot, so you get 10 minutes with it. And there were slots from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. when CanJam closes, and then 10 a.m. to 5 on Sunday. And all those slots were taken. So luckily, I wasn't doing anything when I got the notification saying, "Hey, the signups are up," and I got the first slot on Sunday morning at 9 or 10 a.m. So this is a video of me walking in and just showing you how amazing it is when it comes alive. So, what is the Sennheiser HE1? It is their tour de force, $60,000 high end top. All their engineering power, brute force went into making this thing, and it is one spectacular listen. I don't know if I've told y'all before, I'm a musician. I went to Oberlin Conservatory, played in jazz bands, orchestras, things like that. And what I've noticed is for a lot of headphones, instrument, especially for them to sound realistic, you really don't run into that sometimes. There's some coloration, or may it be this or that. It's just not realistic. With the HE1, my God, literally, it felt like the instrument itself, the way it's supposed to sound, was in the room with me. The sound stage, the spacing, everything was just glorious. It was like you were sitting amongst the band, or depending on how something's recorded, you were sitting in the concert hall. I took notes because I have to. I'm getting old. But I used, I think, 4 songs. Let's check it out. So I used 4 songs. So first song I used was Polyphia's Playing God, and sound coming from all directions. And literally, it does. With these headphones, the sound stage is amazing. And no matter where the sound is coming from in the directions, it's crystal clear, it's separated, and it sounds so realistic. I use Playing God because, not only because 2 great guitarists, but the drummer is phenomenal. And the way it sounds with all the cymbals being hit, the cymbals sounded real. They sounded like they were there in front of me or to the sides. It was absolutely extraordinary. What else did I use? Carly Simon, You Belong to Me. And the note that I wrote, it was kind of funny. Wow, kind of like I'm there, which is really cool because I like that song. I use it for the vocals, her vocals, but also the boom, boom, boom guitar. Sounds really cool. And again, with these headphones, it was just spatially correct and just so realistic. It was like I was sitting there. What's the next one that I used? Dominique Philom, Give Me a Reason. Oh yeah. So there's a doom, doo, 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 doo. The layering of all the voices, it was like they were floating around me. And it was such a clear, amazing, just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very realistic sounding. Timbre was great. Just everything is great. Nothing feels out of place. It's just the perfect separation, the perfect realism. It was really, really, really super nice. What else? Yiba Louie bag. I use Yiba because she has such a phenomenal voice, and her sound engineers are impeccable when it comes to those recordings, making you feel like you were there with her. And with the HE1s, it was like literally I was there. Questlove was playing the drums over here, and it just sounded superb. A great live recording, and it's one that I like using to test out headphones and IEMs because if they do it right, you feel like you're there. So yes, a technical and an amazing. Let me make sure. Wait, hold on. This is one of the roads. Oh, I'm sorry. Yusef Days, my new favorite. Wow. I love Yusef Days. The way this man plays the drums and the musicians that are around him are just spectacular. And which one did I use? Because I love all of Yusef. Oh, Tioga Pass. It was literally like I was in some smoky jazz lounge, and just the way his music sounds is amazing. But with these headphones, it was like literally I was there in the room with them. That was it. The other notes that I wrote down, it's not a crazy huge soundstage, but it's an appropriate soundstage. So it's not blown out. It's not something unrealistic. It's like you're actually there in the room with the musicians. And I like that about it. Because sometimes you can have a soundstage that's a little bit too broad and everything's spread out, but it doesn't sound realistic. Well, with the HE1s, it sounded very realistic to my ear. I love the layering. All the instruments sound natural, like they're in front of you. And what strikes you is how natural everything sounds. So those are my notes on the HE1. Is it worth $60,000? Well, that's up to you and your budget. As you saw in the video, it's really cool. You press a button, the knobs come out at first, and then you see the tubes come out. And then you see the headphone door open. And all of that's included in the $60,000 price, DAC amp. And it's made of marble, custom marble, and you have to reach out to them just to, if you want to buy one. But again, is it worth it for $60,000? For some people, it will be. I feel like there are some headphones, some combinations of headphones and DACs, even some IEMs that can get you relatively close to that, but this is just on a different level of really amazing sound. Like Sennheiser is known for very realistic sounds. Maybe not for like the big bass heads, but that was another thing about this too. For electrostatic, the bass was appropriate, in fact, a little punchy. So the bass was nice. The mids were perfect. The mids were as you would want realistic, amazing sounding mids to be. The treble was excellent, extended, no symbolism, just perfect. Everything worked in a combination. Because I talk a lot about tuning. Tuning is very important when it comes to anything. But when it comes to an IM or a headphone, that can make or break it. You could have like all these other things that are great, but if they don't go well together, if they don't play nice, it's going to be crap. But with this thing, the tuning was great. Everything was good. So I really enjoyed it. If you have an opportunity to go to a CanJam, I know that most CanJams, it will be there. And then if you go to HeadFi and just sign up for that CanJam thread, you will see Sennheiser will post maybe a week before. It's a few days before a week. They will post, hey, these slots are open. Come get them. And do it quickly. What I usually do is put watch on a thread. And if you watch that thread, then you can get email alerts. And that's actually how I was able to find out about it. So anyway, it was spectacular. That was one of the fun things. The next video I'm going to do is on the $100,000 amp. Yes, $100,000. $108,000 amp, I believe. And I will see you guys soon. Talk to you later.